Hey there Scorpio, it's Viv from Wisdom Released and welcome to your week ahead reading for the 25th of June through to the 1st of July 2018. I'm using Lo Scarabeo deck and I really like this deck because it really helps us to, there's a real sense of hope and transformation with it, and it really helps to clarify direction and gain insight into whatever it is that we're facing at the moment. I started recording a couple of minutes ago because but I paused because I wanted to look up the meaning of the numerology, because the first three cards out are all threes. There's the Three of Wands, the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So I paused the video to then go and look up the numerology, and anyway the video ended, so I've had to start again. So I have pulled your cards. I did previously shuffle the deck and cut it and then pulled these, and it looks like a really interesting read. Okay, so the overall energy for the week is the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands here is the figure who's looking off into the distance, waiting for his ships to come in. He's waiting to see signs of progression. He's waiting for something to happen. Things have already happened which are here at his feet. That's signified by the money. So he does have some material wealth. Maybe he's looking for something else to materialize, and he's looking off through the smoke here into the distance to see what else is happening. So there's a real sense of I was going to say longing. It's not longing. It's kind of, and it's not quite expectation either. But there is a sense of wait and see about this week. The card that came up for Monday is the Three of Chalices, the Three of Cups, and here the three figures, which are like the three muses, have come together, and they are using their feet to pound the grapes and make wine, and they're having a very jolly old time. Now this could be that it could be a feeling of things coming together for you. It could be a feeling of just fun, and perhaps you're celebrating something. You're having a good time, maybe getting together with friends. For some reason I'm thinking of I'm sorry to say this, but I am thinking of infidelity in a relationship. I'm thinking that maybe somebody around you is they're having a bit too much fun elsewhere. Yeah. It could be a card of harmony and fun, but it could also be somebody being tempted by the muses here to have fun elsewhere. If that's the energy around you, I am sorry about that, but that's just the feeling that I'm getting from the cards. Tuesday has a feeling of healing around it, a feeling of healing. It's also the number 3. So threes, when I looked it up, is points to human beings, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So this very much is our human experience. This is kind of what happens to us in our daily lives, that we are here to enjoy ourselves and have fun, but we can get sidetracked, we can get tempted and swayed into doing other things that may not turn out to be that good for us in the end. Morally, we may be judged However, the Empress here, there is a feeling of healing, but there's also a feeling of sort of sitting back and waiting, which is very much in line with this week's overall theme, a kind of a watching and waiting. So the Empress here is almost, it feels like she's waiting for something to come towards her. She's waiting for somebody to approach her, but in the meantime she's not getting stressed about it at all. She's like, I'm just gonna lay back here. She's got a really laid back approach, a really laid back attitude, and things are happening around her. Things are happening around her just sort of, without her even having to try that hard. There's just a fantastic feeling of fertility around her, and that things are sort of happening not out of her control exactly, or independently of her, but there's a sense of the universe at work, that magic surrounds her, that the magic that there is in nature is surrounding her. So, like I say, there's a sense of being laid back and just waiting to see what happens, waiting to see what springs forth. Wednesday is another 3. So again, this points to us spiritual beings having a human experience. So there is a formless part to us, an invisible part to us, which is represented by our minds, our personal thinking in our conscious and subconscious. There's also the life force that there is within us that is invisible to us, but that force is what beats our hearts and keeps our organs going, and is the power behind the mind, the power behind the fact that we have thinking anyway. But this is more to do with what's going on in the real world, if you like, in the world that we can see. So this is to do with manifesting material things in our lives, and what it is that you're working on in your life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's something professional, and this speaks to careers and our purpose and how it is that we're making money, because although there have been experiments done where people have lived for a year or more in modern times without actually needing money, that we do need to create money, we do need to have money, because it's useful for buying stuff. So how are we doing that? What are we working on? What are we working towards? What are we doing to manifest the life that we want to live here in this world of form? So that's Wednesday. Thursday is all about our resources. Just bear with me a second. Come and sit down. I'll take you out in a minute. Just relax, chill. Okay, so there's a sense of all of your hard work, all of your resources, all the tools, all of the effort that you've made coming together. And I'm struck because this is a 9, and we've had 4 days. So we've had 3 days so far, and the overall feeling for the week, and they've all been 3. So 3 3s are 9. So there's a real feeling of things coming together, things being created, things coming to fruition, and you're really beginning to see tangible results. There's a feeling of passion here. Maybe there's an idea that's caught fire. There's a project that's really taking off. I'm struck by the chap in front of this creation that you've made. Because he's looking a little bit, I don't know, he looks a little bit disconcerted. That's how it seems to me. But my attention's also caught by the sort of like the wrapping. It's not a bandage exactly, but something that seems to have previously been tied around his wrists that has now become loose, and so he's feeling a little bit more confident, a little bit freer. It's not that something is unravelling, it's just that he's beginning to be a bit freer, a bit more free in his movement. He's able to move more freely how he wants to. And this is because he can see tangibly in this world that things are coming together and beginning to take off. So that's Thursday. So Friday is a call to connect with your inner strength, your determination, and not to take any notice of any little doubts that you might have going on in the back of your mind there. It's a call to have self-love and self-appreciation, but also determination and discipline. You know, there may be waiting and seeing going on this week. You know, it may be that there's a feeling of things coming to fruition but not quite fully there yet. But you need to stick with it, and in order to stick with it, you have to have resilience and determination. Saturday is the Wheel of Fortune, and there's a real feeling of things being fated here. Again, there's a real feeling of the spiritual, of things being out of our control, of things coming together that we don't really have any control over at all. The only thing we really do have control over is how we show up on a day-to-day basis. You know, we control how we are. There are things happening behind the scenes that we can't see. There are energies are always fluid, energies are always moving. They're not static. And so this points to, again, it's another card of waiting and seeing how things pan out. It's there's something in store, something's happening, but it's not clear yet what that is. Sunday is the Emperor. So interesting that we have the Empress and the Emperor in this reading. There's like a feeling of partnership. There's a feeling of coming together. There's a feeling of being in a much stronger position. The Emperor is somebody who is very potent. He's very assertive, knows what he wants and goes after it. He's very focused in a particular direction. But again, I'm drawn by the fact that he's looking to see something happen. He's looking to see something come in. Maybe somebody's just knocked at the door and that's caught his attention, which is why he's looking in that direction. But this is a card of it feels like really, really strong. It feels like a card of determination, of knowing that you're on the right track. Things may have not manifested exactly, but they are coming. There's a real sense of things, of your ships coming in. So Scorpio, I hope you found that of interest. I hope it's resonated with you, and thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your being here, your turning up and watching the video, liking it and subscribing to the channel if you feel so moved. That would be wonderful. Thank you. Until the next time, take care.